Hello, welcome back to BDB and to a get ready with me using my Pandas eyeshadows. Now I try to do one, maybe two of these a month where I incorporate some of the shades that I have drawn randomly in my project into a look. I don't think I've ever done this before in that I actually have incorporated all 6 shades, and it actually looked really nice when I did it yesterday, so I decided that it would be good to recreate it here on my channel. So I'm just laying down some Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer, and now I'm going to go in with the first Pandas eyeshadow shade, which is this matte cream, and I'm just going to put that all over the lid to set that primer. So this shade doesn't really show up in the final look, but that's okay. Alright, there we are. Alright, so now we're going to set up the crease and transition area. I'm going to start the crease with this berry shade, which again is for my Pandas eyeshadows. I actually don't think there's any shades in this that aren't my Pandas eyeshadows. Also, I tried a new shade to fill in my brows today, and it's very red. Even on me, it's very red, so we'll not be doing that again in the future, but I don't know, it's not bad enough that I really care to fix it. So that's where I'm at. I'm just taking this tiny little crease brush and laying out a crease, focusing a little bit more on the outer edge than the inner. I do kind of want it to blend in somewhat to nothing as you move out in. Okay, I think that is looking good. Now I want to blend out the outer edge of that crease with my transition shade, which is again going to be a Pandas eyeshadow shade. Told you, we're incorporating all of these. And it's going to be this light matte peach. For this, I have a really big fluffy crease brush. Let me show you the comparison. This is what I was using for the berry. This is what I'll be using for the peach. It's much bigger and it's actually a little bit more dense. I'm just going to get quite a bit of that and just really go over the outside edge. We're just going to use this to keep that transition from berry to skin from being too harsh. Okay, so I think that is looking good. Okay, so we've got the crease and the transition set up. Now I'm going to transition to the lid, and I'm going to use these 2 golds. They're both in my Pandas eyeshadows, and I find that I really do need to mix them. The darker gold is not actually a very good shade at all. I really have to build it up to even get it to show, which is strange. You wouldn't think that a metallic gold would be a hard shade to get right. That's such a common color. I feel like most brands can do a shimmery neutral really well, but I don't know, for whatever reason, Wet n Wild shimmery neutral formula that they have in this palette is really hit or miss. I don't understand why. Okay. So that's the lid done. Now I want to put some of that berry on the lower lash line as well. I don't know why I didn't think to do this when I actually had it out, but same shade. I'm just taking that on a smudger brush and I'm going to smudge it right under my eye. Okay. Cool, cool. Now we go into the final Pandas eyeshadow shade, which is this mint. I'm just going to take that right on my pinky finger. See that? I'm going to dot it right at the inner corner. Okay, so I actually really like how that looks, clearly, because I decided to recreate it. Now, the one shade that isn't from my Pandas eyeshadows, but also kind of is this cream. This has a little bit of a pink tint to it, and I actually pulled it in my video, but I decided that it seemed a little bit silly to work on two off-whites at the same time, since I would generally use them in the same way. But I decided to at least try to focus on using it anyway, and hey, I don't know how well you can see it, but I do have a pretty generous dip in there. So now for the rest of my face. I am going to use this BareMinerals Gen Nude blush in the shade Call My Blush. It is a very soft pink on me. I'm just going to swipe that along my cheekbones. Just my mirror so I can actually see myself a little better. Okay. There we are with that. It's a very satisfying click noise. And I'm going to use my MegaGlo highlighters from Wet n Wild. I'm going to mix a little bit of the pink with much of the white. I would say probably 30% pink, 70% white on this big fan brush. I just find that it's a little bit better at picking up this product than some of my other brushes are. And I'm going to be not very delicate about putting that really on my, right on the apple of my cheek and then pulling it back. And then I'm going to clean up the little bit of yellow that I have right here. I don't know if you can see it, but from some angles I sure can. Okay, so that is looking good. For my lips, I already actually have some chapstick on, but I'm going to go over it with this Maybelline Almond Rose shade. It is a nude with a lot of pink, and it's a comfort matte. Formula. I really do like how that plays with the berry and the yellow on the eyes. So next up, I am going to do my eyeliner. I wanted to get everything else on before I decided if I really needed eyeliner today, but I think the answer is yes. So I'm using my little liquid liner, and I'm just going to draw a really thin line right next to the lash line. Okay. I think just to balance out the top and the bottom, I might also add some pencil liner. Oof. You can probably hear a bunch of things dropping in the background. For that, I apologize. This is a black-brown, but I don't think it looks particularly brown. I'm just going to stick that in the waterline. I sort of ended up with a tiny bit of a wing on this side, didn't I? Well, time to even that out. Just going to go in Okay, I had to leave to go get my mascara because if there is one thing I am incapable of doing, it is remembering everything that I need to bring over here when I film these videos. Just gonna put that on. I'm noticing that I have a little bit of skipping right here with the eyeliner, but I'm worried that if I try to fix it, I'm going to make the problem worse. But you know what? Let's go for it. Okay, I think that actually did work. Great. So here's the final look. I really do love the yellow with the berry, and I think that I wish I had just a little bit more berry of a lipstick. I don't have one like that, and that's fine. I think that it still looks nice as is. Overall, I'm really happy with this, and I'm really happy that I was able to incorporate all 6 and kind of 7 of my Panthers eyeshadow shades. I will link my Panthers eyeshadows playlist up in the cards as well as down in the description box. I hope you'll check that out if you're interested in the project, and I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!